bump. Do you like that?
Okay.
I wanted to have like a fun little.
No, you know what? You did something, but it wasn't heard.
It wasn't heard
because we were on mute.
Remember that scene in the Charlie Chaplin show when he did like the dancing mashed potatoes or the buns? I picture like feet dancing.
Is this how we're gonna start this one?
No, come on.
I'm just kidding.
I just thought some levity to bring us into today's dental bite.
I'm. We talk about our purpose. Why do we do what we do?
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Out of doing all of this and the success that this brings is, what can we give back? We're on this planet for a very short time, and I like to think that
just a blip. We're like a blip on that.
It's like you're gone.
Like a little like a divot in the record.
Yeah.
One little note.
Just a
that's it.
So if your little can like actually leave this place better than when you came in here,
make a difference.
Cleaned up after your mess. You actually cleaned up other people's mess as well.
That's right.
So part of Dentists on Demand is, let's see what we can do. Let's use our resources. Let's use our platform for the purposes of good. We're using it as a weapon of good.
Yeah, and a couple of guys that are born here on the West Coast. Obviously, our hearts are in the environment.
Definitely,
we care about the environment. We care so much about what's going on with our oceans and our waterways. Mm-hmm. This guest we have on she's what they're doing is so near and dear to our heart. We care a ton about what's going on. So I think that let's talk about the environment today.
Let's do it. And goodness, when we launched our project, and we'll get into the Seabins here in a moment, but goodness, she was front and center with the media and everything, explaining the project. She's super knowledgeable about what's happening in our local waters, and she's super passionate about what she does.
We can't deny that we have a major plastic pollution problem in our waterways.
Yes. So let's bring on the professional.
Absolutely.
We've butchered
butchered the intro.
We bookered it.
Bitty.
And there she is. She's with us. Sadie.
Hi, Sadie.
How are you, Sadie?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
Why haven't we had you on? You should be a regular guest. We need an update.
Oh, amazing! I'm so down.
Okay, done.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Maybe once a month we have an
update from Sadie.
A Sadie update. Seabin Sadie special.
Yeah. Sadie, it's so great to have you on today. We've been this initiative for us. We've obviously invested in the Seabin initiative. We're passionate about cleaning up the waters around Vancouver. Obviously doing what we can to have a positive impact on the environment, slowing down climate change, whatever we got to do. Hot topic right now, the amount of plastic that's in the ocean, how we get it out of there, how we can collect the right data to make sure we employ the right methods to getting these waters cleaner than what they are today. So we're super excited to have you on with Dentists on Demand. Sadie Caron is from the Fraser Riverkeeper. And I'm just going to take it right off your website. You guys are dedicated to the protection, conservation, and improvement of the water quality and fish habitat of the Fraser River and its watershed. Did I get it right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So could you tell us, let's start from the beginning. What is Fraser Riverkeeper? And then we can move into a little bit about the Vancouver Plastic Cleanup Coalition and the Seabin Project.
Absolutely. So the Fraser Riverkeeper, we're actually part of a national charity as well as being a local Vancouver charity called Swim, Drink, Fish. And so that's sort of stealing or borrowing from the Fisheries Act and using kind of law, which designates that waters can be protected if they're designated swimmable, drinkable, or fishable. Now, our waters are really important to us in Vancouver. A lot of us, like me included, love swimming in the waterways.
Of course, yeah.
We want to have safe and clean drinking water, and we want all of the wildlife to be thriving. And plastic pollution definitely threatens all three of those. So it's a really important cause that we're so happy to partner with you guys on.
Yeah, we're it's really cool. It's it's a little bit of a flex to say, we're doing this cool thing.
Yeah, and so So this thing that we're doing right now, so we've put 3 sea bins in the water. Obviously, Dennis on Demand is as a partner with you guys. We're thrilled to help you by contributing the sea bins to the project and helping collect that data that is needed. But let's take a few steps back. So this actually started with the Great Lakes originally.
Yeah, so we're really lucky to, have started with the help of the Great Lakes Plastic Cleanup, with Pollution Probe, and with the University of Toronto. They have the U of T trash team. So they have been collecting data from trash trapping devices like Seabins for many years, and they have all these wonderful protocols and techniques for characterizing waste, for doing basically these devices are running 24/7. Filtering any sort of floatable debris, which includes, like macroplastics, microplastics, contaminated organic waste that you can see like tons of little styrofoam bits on them. We're collecting lots of cigarette butts, all sorts of things that, shouldn't belong in our waterways and that are contaminating them. And, they've been doing that for many years in the Great Lakes. And so we were really excited to sort of join the Great Lakes Plastic Cleanup, but also bring it out here and launch the Vancouver Plastic Cleanup.
Totally.
Right.
It was really cool coming out that morning and being a part of the water. Is it characterization? Is that what
Exactly.
we
Yeah,
call
we
it?
call it our waste characterization. Yeah.
There we go. Yes. And to see like things like syringes, and what really shocked me was how saturated the water was, and the debris in that bin, all the little plastic pellets. And now, from what I understand, these pellets are used you melt the pellets down to make, products that require plastic molding, etc. But apparently there's some factories along the Fraser River where they're manufacturing these plastic pieces. And I don't know how the pellets get there, but it was saturated.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming birds and fish, they see these tiny little pellets in the water and they must think that they're plankton, or, I mean, it must be getting consumed like nonstop by marine life out there in the Fraser, in False Creek.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's crazy to think of the journey of these, we call them nurdles. Yeah, these plastic pellets used in
Right.
manufacturing.
Nurdles, yeah.
And yeah, you think of the pathway, like how the heck does that end up from the Fraser River going up north and then being like, oh, let's go into False Creek, and then
Right.
we find so many of them. It's really shocking. And yeah, they're nice and bite-sized for fish and for birds, but of course they're full of contaminants, which we're basically just starting to learn about the effects of, but which aren't looking very promising. And so entering the food chain, it could definitely be harmful as, we go up the food chain, and, the contamination sort of increases and increases.
Right. And then, so I'm not sure how in touch you are still with the Great Lakes folks, but like, have they done it for a couple of years? They have some good data on the type of pollution that is in the Great Lakes. Have they moved to sort of a next level? Like, what's sort of the next steps for them or us here locally?
Yeah. So, well, they're definitely a few steps ahead. They have launched not only the Great Lakes Plastic Cleanup, but the International Trash Trap Network. So there's really data being collected across the world and sharing about the success of devices like Seabins. There's also some other ones called Lida traps, which are the ones that are installed in like drains. So that could be something very smart to have near nurdle or plastic manufacturing plants, because then it'll actually sort of trap those nurdles before they enter the waterways, which would be great.
Okay.
And then, yeah, there's some larger devices, like in Baltimore, they have this actual giant boat that's got a face on it, and it's called the Mr. Trash Wheel. And so it's become sort of a fixture in the city. And yeah, you can really make these devices like have a personality like they have. And so we're really seeing a lot of waste being diverted, mainly lots of plastics.
For sure, yeah. And there must be like when you compare the Great Lakes to here we are on the Pacific Ocean. So it must be a bit of a paradigm shift in terms of the sizes of bodies of water that you're dealing with. The Great Lakes, as vast as they are, you've also got the Pacific Ocean. So is there a big difference? And this might be early on to tell, but I'm assuming there'd be a lot, quite a large difference in the amount of debris that comes in from the ocean versus the Great Lakes,
Well, I would think,
or vice versa.
where is it coming from? Is it coming down the Fraser River? That's kind of what feeds our area with all water. Like it comes down through the province, the Thompson as well, right? And picks up whatever it picks up along its journey. Are the currents from the ocean bringing things in, or is it us? Like that would be, after having these bins in the water and seeing, doing all these waste characterizations, saying, aha, well, it must be coming from somewhere else and it's not us. Have you seen anything like that? Could you talk to that?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely, I think, a big difference between what we're collecting and what the Great Lakes have been collecting. I think a lot of the organic material is probably the thing that's the most different. So, last week, I think somebody must have cleaned off a boat or something because we collected a ton of mussel shells. So I
is
think
that right?
because it's called right in the marina, it makes sense that that's something that we collect. But we also have a lot of that sort of living life growing on the surface of the seabin. So it does need a lot of maintenance living in an ocean environment where there's a lot of living things, just around there.
Passing through, yeah.
And yeah, we're collecting a lot of, seaweed and wood that you can just see is embedded with those microplastics. So we've got the same method that they've developed in the Great Lakes, but I think it's really helpful for us because we have so much of this organic waste that's embedded that we have to rinse it off a few times. We have these homemade sieves that we have that you probably remember from doing the in-person waste characterization to actually get those microplastics off of that organic waste so that we can compost it, divert it from the landfills, prevent methane, from having organics in a landfill. So it's really doing a lot. And we're definitely seeing a lot of things that, even though these are installed in False Creek, we've got some things that don't seem to be originating from False Creek. There's some interesting flows to the ocean that there's definitely some room to study, especially, the nurdles were the most evident because they're so small and there's so many of them and they're floatable, they're right on the surface of the water and they can be quite harmful.
So what do
they call them, in some places in the Fraser River, they call it even a solidified oil spill.
Oh wow. Well, it is in sense, right? It's a petroleum product.
Plastic is petroleum, no?
Yeah.
Wow, exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say something really awesome, but
do you have a question?
Sorry.
Started down the question.
Yeah, no, sorry. So where do we take the information after we find out what's going on? I imagine it's not one spot. There's probably not one body that takes in this information and then distributes it out to the right people. Is it the government? Who would actually then take the information and then do something about it, police it, enforce different measures to stop what's happening? Who does that?
Well, there is actually one source that we send all of our data to, and that's that U of T trash team. They're helping to manage that international trash cap network. So they do manage a lot of international data, including our own. However, we're also in a good position to be able then to advocate based on what we find. So we're able to then go to the government with all of our results and say, these are our findings, these are our recommendations, and here are the things that we can fix. And, then the governments can really help us out and find, the sources of things like nurdle contaminants so that then we can prevent that and those solutions.
Yeah, all this data that you're collecting is powerful information to say, hey, federal government, it's time to step up. This is obviously an issue that we can't ignore anymore. Here's all the data that we've collected over the last 5-10 years. And here's the action plan that we propose that we're going to need funding for to make sure that we can actually have a positive impact on cleaning the waters in this country.
Absolutely.
Correct? Yeah. Okay.
Great segue into the next piece. I want to.
Segue.
Segue. Isn't that like a little cart thing too?
It's fun. I rode a Segway through the wilderness once.
Yeah.
It was frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
Where?
In Wanawak, Minnesota.
Yeah. So,
little sidebar for you.
Minnesota. That's okay. I know you told me about that.
It was fun.
So what's been really great about our connection and our partnership here is now to bring this to the dental community. and get them involved. So Tyler and I have gone to, I think, close to 10 practices and have put together little pieces with our you know, our
With
clients,
our Dentist on Demand clients.
with our clients. And it's cool. It's cool for them that they know that, you know, they're signed up with us, and that means that they're contributing to helping to give back as well. We pool, you know, our proceeds at 10% of our proceeds back into charitable
initiatives,
campaigns. I want to show one of the videos. It's really awesome. Like, and Dr. Vora, like Dr. Vora is amazing. She was very standoffish, like, well, not standoffish. She was very like,
well, just uncertain. I mean,
she was nervous.
Mark and I
right?
we have a pretty progressive stance on marketing, right? Yeah. So we're doing things. We're trying to push the edge. We're trying to be on the leading edge of things when it comes to marketing dental practices. So it's not uncommon for someone who's been practicing dentistry successfully for a while to hear some of our methods and go, I think I'm just going to stick with the traditional stuff. But she did take a leap of faith with us, and it's been fantastic.
And it turned out great. It was a lot of fun. You know, a lot of folks out there are afraid to be in front of camera. So I just want to play this video.
She was brave.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Oh, let's hear it too, hey? Start that over. That was fun. Like there was, I think there's like 50 people in the practice. Like we tried to get them all involved.
She's got a wonderful practice. As you can see, a really cool, awesome team. And we just kind of threw it at them and we're like, guys, you know, would you mind getting in front of the camera? This is an initiative. The Seabins project is near and dear to our hearts. And if you can tell your patients, hey, every time you come and see us, you're helping clean the waters around British Columbia. And that's a great story to tell your patients.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So on that note, just to reiterate that point. So if you are a clinician, if you are a dentist and you want to sign up and have a subscription for Dentist on Demand, keep in mind that, as Mark mentioned, about approximately 10% of the proceeds that we collect. So we are a subscription-based marketing company. A percentage of the proceeds that you contribute to us for our services go towards great initiatives like the Seabin and the Vancouver Plastic Cleanup Coalition. So definitely a great reason. And when I talked to Dr. Vora about it, she's like, you know what? The Seabins, that's really kind of the reason she's on our platform. And it's a great story, and it's a great reason for people to come to your practice because you're helping clean up the environment.
Totally.
Yeah.
Cool. What else is new and exciting in the world of swim drink fish? Fraser Riverkeeper. What else is going on?
Well, we're just so excited. We're going to be getting our first year of data pretty soon. Can you tell we're data nerds? I get really excited about data.
I am.
We're not talking enough numbers for you, Sadie. Is that it?
Yeah,
we need to give you more numbers. Yeah.
How much actual waste have we diverted? Like that's been a big question for us. So soon the U of T trash team, they're putting together all of the data that we've been inputting into their little app, the Data Trapper app. So basically every day, we weigh the contents, we take a little picture, we say the last time it was emptied and the weather conditions, because those are some things that can affect how full they are. And then we have, every 2 weeks we do a waste characterization, and volunteers are welcome. You can sign up on our website. Our wonderful community science coordinator Alicia leads those, and as Mark and Tyler know, you basically it's a wonderful day. You know,
it was an eye opener.
It's eye opening for sure.
Yeah. So you can actually join us and participate in community science, where you are learning exactly what is in the waterway, and you're actually participating in cleaning up the waters.
Very cool.
So
cool.
We're continuing that. We also have.
Sorry, go ahead. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're just really big on community science. So we also have a water monitoring program on False Creek where you can join us. We cycle from 3 different locations along False Creek and we scoop water samples as well. And we publish all of those results, whether or not it passes or fails rec water standards. So that can help if you're ever paddling in False Creek and you're curious, oh, I splashed myself in the face. Am I going to get sick? Before
Right.
you head out, it's a good idea to check. Yeah, so that's why we also share that.
So does it like measure E. coli levels and stuff like that? Is that what you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, we have our lab, we process it, we share all of our data.
Right.
Yeah, you can find your beach on Swim Guide, swimguide.org.
Swimguide.org. Got it.
I'm just trying to find that awesome video that was done by, what was his name? Hercules, that day that we were out.
Oh, was it Vancouver is Awesome?
Yeah, it was. Oh, here it is. I want to finish this segment off with the video of Sadie.
Mark's always got videos to show.
I'm the media
because
guy.
he makes all the videos. He wants to show you the videos he made.
This is Sadie, like, just rocking it, explaining.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
And it was a very nice video put together by Vancouver is Awesome and Hercules, and I think it'd be a great way to just to close off this segment here.
Yeah. So before we do that, is this our send off?
This is our send off.
Sadie, is there anything you want to share with us before we send off with this video?
No, we're just so grateful for all the work that you do and the support that you provide. So yeah.
Thank you to our
Keep on
dentists.
cleaning up our waters.
Yeah.
We're trying. We're trying to do our part.
And just to add to that, yeah. So thank you to all of our dentists on the Dentist on Demand platform. We couldn't do it without you. And if you're looking to have an impact and you want to help clean up the environment, sign up for your listing on Dentist on Demand, and keep in mind that at least 10% of those proceeds are going to be going towards the Vancouver Plastic Cleanup Coalition and the Seabins.
Yes.
So again, a great cause.
It's already done so much.
It's done so much, and you'll see a lot of our clients are talking about it. And we'll be more than happy to provide some content, to create some content on your behalf, to talking about how you're having an impact on cleaning up the environment. So definitely go to dentistondemand.com and check it out, and know that money is going towards the environment.
Cool. I like it.
There you go. That's my plug for today, for us and for you, Sadie.
Good plug.
Yeah. One more thing is you can also go to their website at fraserriverkeeper.ca to learn more about what they're doing and all the great initiatives that they're part of.
Cool. Thanks, Sadie.
Sadie, it's been so great to see you today.
And it's great that we're going to be doing this on a regular.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Okay. Sadie, we'll see you soon. Sending off.